Alright everybody, good morning, welcome back to the Arsenal podcast. This is the early Arsenal news with me, Kosi. Mikel Arteta reacts to Ozil's, I don't know what I should call it, fire, venom, something like that. There is also a link between Arsenal and Dennis Zakaria, Borussia Mönchengladbach midfielder. We'll be talking about that. We have some injury updates. Rob Holding out for 3 weeks. You don't know how happy I am when I hear that Rob Holding is out for 3 weeks. It makes me happy. He's not that kind of player I want to play. I don't want him to appear in the Arsenal backline. And finally, we'll be talking about Thomas Partey's debut. Do you think he will be playing against Rapid Vienna in the Europa League today? Those are the three or four stories I'm going to be digesting this early morning. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and give me your opinion about whatever thing I'm going to be talking about, either positive or negative. It's the Arsenal podcast and you have your say as a must. Let me get the party started. First and foremost, we have injury updates from Goal.com's correspondent, Charles Watts, and says Rob Holding is going to be out for an extended 3 weeks. He's having an hamstring injury. William has a calf injury, and then Dani Ceballos has an ankle injury. All those players will be missing our game against Rapid Vienna in the Europa League. Pablo Mari is aiming to come back to full training in 10 days, as well as Shkodran Mustafi is back. So I think that's the injury update. Any players that we shall miss, maybe in the Leicester City game we shall miss Willian, and I think it's only Willian and Dani Ceballos. But Rob Holding, I don't think we are going to miss. We are going to miss him so much, and I don't think we are going to really miss Pablo Mari. He has always been out of game. So that is the injury updates so far. Mikel Arteta has finally come out and reacted to Mesut Ozil's statement. Of course, Ozil came out and questioned the loyalty of Arsenal to him. He said he decided to stay at Arsenal in 2018. He had a chance to leave the club. He decided to pledge his loyalty to the club, but the club has done otherwise. Now, Mikel Arteta has come out and reacted and defended himself, literally saying the reasons behind Mesut Ozil being left out of the 25-man squad in the Premier League and in the Europa League were entirely football reasons. That is a lie. That is a lie. You don't tell me that the best midfielder you have at the club was left out of the squad for football reasons. I think Mikel Arteta should have read the script before, feeding us. This is what he says. He says, my job is to get the best out of every player to contribute to the team. Here I feel at the moment that I have failed. I want the best possible Mesut for the team. In most moments I'll be able to get close to that, and at the moment I have not been able to. That is Mikel Arteta. He continues and says that what I can say from my side, it is a football decision, that my conscience is very calm because I have been really fair with him. Of course, he's talking about Mesut Ozil, and he says it is not related to any behavior or like I read the pay cuts. It's not true. It's my decision. If someone has to blame, it's to blame me. Mikel Arteta carrying the cross for Arsenal, but I think this is past media stories. This is past. It is past the level where I can just come out and tell us as Mikel Arteta that he decided to leave out Mesut Ozil because of footballing reasons or something like that. Like I say, he's one of the best midfielders we have. It's like leaving Thomas Partey out of that squad. It's visible. Leaving out Mesut Ozil out of the Arsenal squad, it is quite visible. He's best. He's one of the best, if not the best midfielders in that squad. It's clear that the reasons as to why we left him out were not footballing reasons. And Mikel Arteta shouldn't just ridicule himself like this, because it could cost him his dressing room. Ozil has friends. He has so many allies at Arsenal. If you come out and carry the cross, take it on yourself that, guys, I left out Mesut Ozil for my own reasons. It is, and I'm entirely to blame. You might cost yourself a dressing room, and we know what that means for a football manager. You lose the dressing room, you lose the media battle, you're gone. That's how the EPL works. It works with dressing rooms and media. So Mesut Ozil, yes, I understand he's not going to be really playing, with us anymore, but it doesn't really call for Mikel Arteta to lie to the fans. These are absolute lies. They're absolute lies. Almost 2 weeks back, when we were going to play against Sheffield United, he said the player was training very well. There was progress. And then after 3 weeks after that, he says, the player doesn't really play because I have football reasons. I'm entirely to blame, to blame. Mesut Ozil is one of the top quality midfielders. He would play in every Premier League side. He would play in every Premier League side. We left him out because of politics, not because he's a bad player. I insist. But anyway, today we have the Rapid Vienna game. So it's time to think about Thomas Partey's debut. Should he start? Will he start? Is he the player who has to start? And all those things, you understand, right? So reports are suggesting that Thomas Partey could have his first Europa League start, or his first Europa League game at Arsenal against Rapid Vienna. I strongly go against that. I'm an Arsenal fan. I would love to see Thomas Partey. You guys know that, so there is no need for you to be angry. But I don't want to see Thomas Partey in the Europa League in the group stages. These are cups for kids. These are games for kids. These are appearances for kids. For Christ's sake. Rapid Vienna, Molde, Dundalk. You don't tell me you're summoning that the bigger army, the bigger squad, the bigger lineup for those small matches. These are Jose Willock, Smith Rowe, Eddie Nketiah games. That's what they should do. Yeah, I agree. All of us want to see Thomas Partey play because literally we have only watched, I think, 9 minutes of him on the pitch against Manchester City. It wasn't enough. I understand it wasn't enough, but not in the Europa League, please. Not in the Europa League. I don't want to see him appear in the Europa League. He's not that he's not the quality of player you would want to waste at Molde, Dundalk, and Rapid Vienna. His time to play in the Europa League is imminent, very imminent. All we have to do is qualify through the group stages. Round of 32, I'll never dispute because those are knockout stages. But I think in the group stages, when we still have a lot of time, we still have a lot of chances to qualify. Even if we never summoned our greatest army, we don't need to use players like Thomas Partey, especially at a time when we know that games are going to be more compact day in, day out. Yeah, games are going to be more compact. Games are piling up every day. Games are piling up. I wouldn't summon Thomas Partey. I think let us wait until the Leicester City game. What do you think? Leicester City game, he should start because should make no mistake. Let Thomas Partey start. Let us see what he can deliver for us. Lastly, we are linked this guy, with this guy. I'm trying to look for his name. Dennis Zakaria, linked with Arsenal, but it seems we got company from Chelsea. It's not a strong link though. He's a midfielder that plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. He has been linked with Arsenal even before we bought Thomas Partey. He was looked as one of those CDMs, those midfield dynamites that could actually come and add a lot of action to our midfield. But with Thomas Partey having signed at Arsenal, I doubt we might have another opportunity to get our hands on such a quality player. He's a quality player. I've seen him play in the German Bundesliga. If you follow the German Bundesliga, then you know what Zakaria is capable of. But with Thomas Partey in place, I don't see us going for the signature of that man. Okay, feel free to give me your comment about anything I've talked about. What do you agree with? What don't you agree with? And also feel free to smash the like button on, a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Have a nice morning.